Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. I hope y'all are enjoying this beautiful season of giving by gathering together with your family and friends. We've been super busy over here at the Bluegrass Family Farm. Some of us ladies have been in the kitchen baking up holiday goodies, while the boys have been out fencing and building birdhouses. So come along with us today as we enjoy the spirit of this beautiful Christmas season. I know that this time of year can be stressful in different ways, but something that I have really tried to focus on this season is even through the busyness that is bound to come on certain days, is to be joyful through it all by focusing on the wonderful blessings in life. It's so easy to quickly take for granted our health, our family members, our wonderful friends and neighbors, and our homes where we share life with our loved ones. Some of my sweetest memories have been in the kitchen, spending time with my mom as we prepared dinner together, or as I chatted with her while she would whip something up for the family. Now that I have my own daughter, it's so precious to me that we can all be in the kitchen together, baking and making memories. The kids participated in a Christmas vendor market, and so Kennedy made all of her own homemade Christmas candy with some help from us, my mom and me. And the boys built their own homemade birdhouses, and so Dave helped them with that. But we decided to make a lot of different Christmas candy. I love Christmas candy personally. This is my most favorite time of year to be in the kitchen making candy, and it's just a sweet memory that I have with my mom growing up. We used to always do that together, and so it's so fun that all three of us, my mom and my daughter and me, can get in the kitchen now and do that together, and create memories with my daughter and each other. And so we made some chocolate dipped Oreos. We did some Rice Krispie treats, some homemade brownies, and we had previously the weekend before baked for about 200 people. So my mom made all kinds of different cookies, and we did peanut butter balls, and we did cake. And so we had such a fun time getting to bake and just spreading the joy of the Christmas candy. And I talk about it all the time, but food really does bring people together, and having all of those goodies and watching everyone enjoy them and come together and fellowship and gather together, that really does just bring a lot of joy to my heart. And I love so much that I can get my daughter in the kitchen and show her how to create these sweet little goodies that will spread some Christmas cheer this time of year. When I was in high school, I had a friend that took a home economic class, and we were really good friends. And she said, we made Oreo balls, and I tried one and fell in love with it. And so I have been making Oreo balls ever since. It's one of my most favorite things to make. They're absolutely delicious, and they're super simple. If you've never made them before, what I do is I just split open the Oreo and shave off the icing on the inside into a bowl. And then you put all of the actual cookie parts into your food processor and process those down until they're pretty fine. And then I add cream cheese, 1 block of cream cheese into the cookie icing in a bowl and mix it together with a hand mixer. And then you add the cookies into that, and you just fold it all in together, and then you roll the balls, roll the mixture into little about tablespoon sized balls, and then you put them into the freezer and allow them to get really nice and cold. And then once they're chilled, you take them out and melt white chocolate, and you dip them in the white chocolate. And you can do any kind of topping, like you could do sprinkles, or some people do white chocolate and they'll take the dark chocolate and sprinkle over top. But they are so delicious and they're so simple to make. So I love to include those in with our Christmas candy every year. I know that it seems like a lot of work to make these, but it's actually really fun. I think I've mentioned it before that being in the kitchen, it's just therapeutic for me to have my hands busy. And it's also really sweet when you think about the memories that you're making with the ones that are in the kitchen with you. So if you have children or if you have grandchildren, allowing them in the kitchen just alongside you, learning and watching, just to kind of spark that creativity. And this is just something that I really enjoy doing, and I hope that I can pass that along to my own daughter, because I want her to enjoy it as well and enjoy serving her family by making all of these goodies. And making Christmas candy is just, like I said, it's a tradition that has been going on for a long time with my own mom. And so just spreading that joy and seeing the others enjoy your candy as well, it's just a full circle thing, and I hope that you all enjoy that together with your family as well. My mom and I were baking for about 200 people total, and so we needed to have a lot of sheet cake. And so I did 4 half sheet cakes, and I doctored up a cake mix, and I wanted to share that with you all because it is such a wonderful recipe. I've been doctoring cake mix up for a really long time. Whenever I used to do cakes, that's how I did it. And then my friend started baking cakes, and she is amazing at it. And she also doctors up her cake mix, and her recipe was a little bit different than mine. And so I decided to use hers, and the cakes turned out so delicious, and they were so moist and just wonderful, but and light and delicious. And so to doctor up the cake mixes, all that I did was, for a half sheet cake, I was using 2 cake boxes, but I followed the exact recipe on the back of the box for the cake mix, except for instead of oil, I added butter in the amount that it says, and it's just softened butter, not melted, just softened butter. In place of the water, I added milk in the exact measurement of the milk, and still added the eggs in as well. And so I baked it in the half sheet cake pan. And another trick that I discovered was that baking it at, I think I did 300 degrees for the first half of the baking time, and then upping it to 325 for the last half of the baking time, didn't cause my cake to mound up like cakes will usually mound up. And so my friend also shared that with me, and I wanted to share that with you all. And so I was really, really pleased with the way that the cake tasted, and also that it didn't mound up in the center and just not be as pretty as it would be if it was just evenly baked and flat. And so we did, like I said, 4 half sheet cakes. 2 of them were vanilla and 2 of them were chocolate. And then I made a homemade whipped buttercream icing to go on top. And so we did a combination of both the cake and the cookies in order to feed a crowd of 200. Another family favorite and Christmas candy that I love to make this time of year are peanut butter balls, or Buckeyes. And these are so delicious and simple to make. It just takes peanut butter and confectioner sugar, and you mix that together with a little bit of butter and roll that into a ball, chill it, and then dip it into chocolate. And these are a hit. Every single time that I make them, there is rarely ever any left. And so it's one that I really do like to take the time to make, just like with the Oreo balls. These are they're just a big hit, and they're so delicious and good. And so if you have never made them, then I would definitely try those out this year if you're still baking, or if you're going to bake for New Year's. This would be a really good one to try. And so we made a lot of these for the big crowd, and of 200, I think I did about 60 peanut butter balls and about 50 or so Oreo balls, and then all of the cookies. And so between that just everything that we had on the cookie bar, all of that, it was a lot of different variation, just so people could kind of pick and choose what they wanted. And so that's kind of like the same tactic I use whenever I'm filling up a Christmas candy box, and that's the same things. I just wanted to add a few different little things into Kennedy's candy boxes for her vendor event. And so we went with like the chocolate dipped Oreos and the homemade Rice Krispie treats and brownies and a few different cookies, and that way people could kind of have a mixture of both. And we did chocolate dipped pretzels, and so you have a little salt with a little sweet, and you can kind of just pick through it. And that's what I like when it comes to candy. And this is just, I love packing those little boxes. It's so fun, just the whole creative process of it. And so sharing that with her was a really good time. I hope that you all enjoyed this video of holiday baking with my family. I hope that you all can get in the kitchen with your children and grandchildren and create some delicious Christmas candy and just enjoy this beautiful Christmas season together. Merry Christmas to you all. Have a wonderful week with your families.